Hi folks, Joe Russo here. Just going to share an update to the look and design of our new TCDSB homepage. So after you log in, our organization homepage is the first thing you're going to see. So just some highlights here. You'll notice there's a lot of white on the page. We really can't do anything about that. That's just the general new update to the look and feel of our e-learning site. But there's a lot of positives. In general, regardless of the device that you're working on to access this site, the experience will be very similar in that the design of the e-learning site is now very responsive, whether you're on a laptop, tablet, mobile device, and so there's a lot more benefit to having that responsive design than adding color to the background. That being said, we have been able to enable icon-based navigation, which sounds very fancy, but basically you'll notice along the top, our main navigation bar now has more icons, and the icons have images that really point to what each of the custom links or each of the links will grant you access to. So I'm creating this video using a administrator level account, and so you're going to see a little bit more than you should as a teacher, than you would if you were a teacher or a student. But basically, just to highlight, along the top here we've got the navigation bar, and right away I narrowed it down to what you really need to know: acceptable use policy, which is also being updated, and I will update it as well very soon. OSAPAC titles is pretty awesome. We've got an integration built in so that after you've logged into our TCDSB e-learning site, both staff and students can click on this icon and go directly into the OSAPAC site. OSAPAC is a body that works closely with the ministry, made up of folks who do their due diligence around what digital tools the ministry should sponsor for all Ontario school boards. So if you click on this icon, it'll take you right into the OSAPAC site, and you can access direct downloads, serial numbers, passwords for those digital tools that you're able to take home or access as you need based on the actual permissions that are granted around the tool and the agreement that the ministry has signed up for. Next, you've got a student toolkit, and the student toolkit basically is pre-populated with all of these integrations to all these different services for students. So again, just to highlight some, we've got access to math, resources, Bookflix, Britannica, Learn 360. So those are available to students. And for staff, if you click on the toolkit, you'll notice that there's quite a bit here as well. Even though some of them are just pointing to a certain website, they're important to highlight because they are either ministry websites or partners with the ministry around sharing resources related to online learning or learning in general. The teacher toolkit will continue to grow, so please check in and have a look at whatever is new and whatever is made available to teachers. Next, we've got live D2L support. This is a new feature and a new option now. Should you have any technical issues related to your experience online, we're not talking passwords or logins. We're talking about any kind of incompatibility or compatibility issues with your device. You've got an area here for students, teachers. You can also have a live chat with them, send them an email, or give them a call. Next, we've got announcements, and the reason why there's both an announcements icon as well as an announcements area here, which is known as the announcements widget, is because if you're logged into a laptop or a computer, then you definitely have more space to view the announcement right away, as well as the rest of the homepage. But if you're on a cell phone or a tablet, the menu conveniently appears along the left-hand side of the screen, and then you can easily see this icon and access the announcements there as well. Course Updater is more for me as an administrator of the program or of the website, so you won't be able to see that as staff and students. But staff will be able to see self-registration, and self-registration is where you go to access ministry shared content. And lastly, you'll notice that on the right-hand side, we now can see all of our courses, and they're all listed here basically by those that you've accessed most recently. But you also have an opportunity to change the banner in each course just by hovering over the image. And there's 3 dots here. You can just go in there and personalize that banner from, you can either upload an image you have or use the high resolution images that D2L has made available in the library within the e-learning platform. If you use those images from D2L, then you're guaranteed that they will be responsive in nature, so that regardless of the device that you're working on, you'll have a similar experience while you're online. I've also received some questions from teachers as to where they can access all their courses. Alternative to all of these courses listed here on the right-hand side, there's a 3x3 grid, however you want to call it, grid, waffle. And so all you have to do is select the grid. And after you select the grid, you'll notice that your courses will appear. And then there'll also be a search area where you can enter a specific name of course that you're trying to find. Just a simple piece of advice. So with each school year, your timetable will match whatever courses are generated. And so what you can simply do as a search to narrow down what courses and course shells you have available, just enter in the following. 17-18, for example, would correspond to this year's groups of shells. But for the year coming, you can easily search and find your courses by entering 18-19. Okay, just a simple little tip. And then once you find your courses, just head over to the right-hand side here and pin them up so they'll appear right along the top of the drop-down menu for your courses and your course list. A couple other things to highlight: your email, chat alerts, and any notifications. Last thing, once you're in your account and you're logged in, you can go to Profile and set up your notifications. So once you're in notifications, you can easily link up or check off the boxes that will indicate what information you want to get whenever something is shared. So for students, then what you want to do is you can go in and check off whenever announcements are updated or whenever there's a new announcement. And that is going to send you a notification to your email once your teacher posts something new, for example, in your course. And also whenever I post something new as your e-learning principal, okay? But the only way you're going to get those notifications is if you change your email up here and make sure that you have it set to some external email address like a Gmail or a Hotmail or an Outlook, okay? So folks, I'm going to head back to the main home page, and the last thing I'll mention is please review announcements regularly, as I would invite you to share any kind of feedback and questions you may have. And my information is joe.russo, my email that is joe.russo@tcdsb.org. And I am the Vice Principal of the Day e-Learning Program and the Principal of the Continuing Education e-Learning Program. And I'm also your Technology-Enabled Learning and Teaching contact that is working closely with the ministry to make sure that you have this e-learning platform available, but also any digital tools that the ministry sponsors. Bye for now.